Why does Germany have a chancellor and a president? And what are their roles in the Rebuplic? The chancellorship in Germany has its roots in the 19th century. Following the unification of Germany in 1871, the German Empire was established with an authoritarian political structure. The position of chancellor was created to serve as the chief executive officer and advisor to the emperor, who held ultimate power. The first chancellor of the German Empire was Otto von Bismarck, a prominent statesman who played a crucial role in German unification. After the end of World War I and the abdication of Emperor Wilhelm II in 1918, Germany transitioned into the Weimar Republic, a democratic era marked by significant political and social challenges. The office of the Chancellor continued to exist, but with a different role and increased responsibilities. The Chancellor became the head of government, leading the executive branch and responsible for forming a coalition government based on the parliamentary majority. During the Weimar Republic, the chancellorship faced significant instability due to political polarization and economic crises. The republic struggled to maintain stability, and the chancellorship often changed hands, leading to weak governance. One of the most notable chancellors during this period was Gustav Stresemann, who played a key role in stabilizing the economy and negotiating international agreements. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in the 1930s brought an end to the Weimar Republic and democracy in Germany. Hitler assumed the position of chancellor in 1933 and transformed the office into a dictatorial role, consolidating power and establishing a totalitarian regime. The position of chancellor became synonymous with Hitler's authoritarian rule and the atrocities committed during the Nazi era. Following World War II, Germany underwent a process of denazification and rebuilding. The country was divided into East Germany, German Democratic Republic, and West Germany, Federal Republic of Germany. In West Germany, a new constitution was drafted, and the office of chancellor was reinstated as the head of government. The first chancellor of West Germany was Konrad Adenauer, who played a pivotal role in rebuilding the country's democratic institutions and fostering economic recovery. In East Germany, a different political system was established, with the head of government known as the chairman of the Council of Ministers. The office held a role similar to that of a prime minister, but the political structure was tightly controlled by the Socialist Unity Party. Following the reunification of Germany in 1990, the chancellorship became the head of government for the unified country. Since then, the chancellor has played a central role in German politics and has been responsible for guiding the country through various economic, social, and political challenges. Turning to the presidency, the history of the president's role in Germany can be traced back to the Weimar Republic. The Weimar Constitution, enacted in 1919, established the position of president as the head of state. The president held significant powers, including the appointment and dismissal of the chancellor and the dissolution of the Reichstag parliament. During the Weimar Republic, the office of the president played a crucial role in maintaining political stability. Presidents such as Friedrich Ebert and Paul von Hindenburg sought to navigate the challenges of the time, including economic instability, political extremism, and rising tensions. Hindenburg's decision to appoint Adolf Hitler as chancellor in 1933 had disastrous consequences, ultimately leading to the collapse of democracy in Germany. Following World War II, the office of the president was reintroduced in West Germany as a key component of the democratic system. The president's role was redefined to be largely ceremonial and representative, acting as a unifying figure for the nation. The president was no longer directly involved in day-to-day governance, with executive powers residing primarily with the Chancellor. In East Germany, the office of the president existed as well, but it was largely subservient to the authority of the Socialist Unity Party and had limited influence. After the reunification of Germany, the president's role continued to be one of symbolism and representation. The president represents the unity of the German people, acts as a guardian of the constitution, and engages in diplomatic activities on behalf of the country. The historical development of both the Chancellor and the President roles in Germany reflects the country's journey from an authoritarian empire to the establishment of democracy, the challenges faced during the Weimar Republic, the dark period of Nazi dictatorship, and the subsequent rebuilding and reunification. Today, these roles play essential functions in maintaining the stability and democratic governance of Germany. Germany's political system comprises both a chancellor and a president, each with distinct roles that contribute to the functioning of the country's governance. The chancellor, also referred to as the federal chancellor, is the head of government in Germany. This position holds significant executive power and is responsible for leading the federal government, making policy decisions, and overseeing the implementation of laws. The Chancellor acts as the chief executive, directing the executive branch of the government and managing its day-to-day affairs. The Chancellor is typically the leader of the party or coalition that holds the majority in the Bundestag, the German federal parliament. This means that the Chancellor is chosen based on the outcome of parliamentary elections and their ability to form a stable government. The Chancellor's role is to shape and execute the government's agenda, develop policies, and propose legislation. They work closely with other ministers and departments to ensure the effective functioning of the government. In contrast, the President, known as the Federal President, serves as the head of state in Germany. The President's role is primarily ceremonial and symbolic, representing the country domestically and internationally. The President's duties include promoting the unity of the German people, fostering national identity, and acting as a figurehead for the nation. They embody the values and ideals of the country and play a unifying role in times of national importance or crisis. The president in Germany is elected by a special assembly, which consists of members of the Bundestag and an equal number of representatives from the German states. Bundesrat. This electoral process ensures that the president is chosen through a broader consensus beyond direct political party influence. The president's term is limited to 5 years, and they can serve a maximum of 2 consecutive terms. While the chancellor holds executive powers, the president's powers are mostly ceremonial and representative. The president signs and promulgates laws, appoints judges, receives foreign ambassadors, and represents Germany in diplomatic matters. They also have the authority to grant pardons and act as a guardian of the country's constitution. Furthermore, the president plays a crucial role in ensuring the stability and continuity of Germany's political system. In times of political uncertainty or when a chancellor vacancy arises, the president can appoint a candidate for chancellor and dissolve the Bundestag, leading to early elections. This power allows the president to safeguard democratic principles and maintain political balance. The division of powers between the chancellor and the president in Germany reflects a system that combines effective governance with symbolic representation. The Chancellor holds executive authority and governs the daily affairs of the government, while the President serves as a unifying figure, representing the nation and preserving the democratic values of Germany. Together, they contribute to the functioning and stability of the country's political structure.